So let me start. So weak the signal here in the Philippines, so I cannot really talk. And you know, it's look like, well, what I'm going to talk to everyone is about how I started my small restaurant here in the Philippines. First, I saved the money, then I check if I can, how much I need to spend for to open this small restaurant here in the Philippines. So, before I open it, I look for a place that is suitable for the restaurant. It's like you need to see to check the place if it's good. There are so many traffic, like there are so many people there, and then think if what kind of people you wanted to cater. If you, because we have three categories like here in the Philippines. It's the poor, middle class, and the rich people. So for me, because I always cook for, for everybody in Singapore, it's like they're the food who eat my the people who eat my food is always foreigner people in Singapore. So I was always thinking, what about if I put up a small restaurant that is affordable to the people, like who cannot eat in the big restaurant, expensive food? What if I cook a presentable food, fresh, delicious, and then what if I cater a very poor person here in the Philippines that they cannot go to the big restaurant? So that's what I'm thinking before I open up the restaurants. Then second is, I was thinking, where do I get a place to put up the restaurant, where I can find a good place? So first, my mother always talking to me that, how can you put your own restaurant because you're alone and I'm old already? And I said, my mother, if I go back to the Philippines and then I have nothing to do, I'm just only waiting for the sunset and the sunrise. So I said, what I'm going to do, that's my goal, to open a restaurant even before I go to work abroad. And it's really my dream. So I said, um, it's better to get a place to put up the restaurant that is very near to my house. So it's really nice that I found a place that is really near to my house. It's a few blocks only. It's my relatives land. So I talked to them if I can rented the place. I put up the building, just I rent the land. So they agree, okay, um, I can put up the restaurant and I have to pay the rent. So I talked to them how much they can, they allow me to rent the land. So I rent the land for 3,000 pesos a month. It's about that's about 3,000. It's about 200, I think. If I'm not mistaken, about 200 Singapore dollars, because 100, oh, it's $100. About 800, no, no, no. It's about 90 US dollar, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, but it's about 100 Sing dollar. So after that, I have to I have to uh, think what kind of material for the building of the restaurant, because I need to apply a barangay business permit here in the Philippines before I put up the building. They need to check what kind of materials that I need to use. So my mother told me also, I get always the advice of my mom, because she's my mother. I know she knows everything, because I'm also adjusting that time here in Philippines when I come back here. So I told my mom, okay, I have to check what requirements do I need for the application for the business permit, because Even a small sari-sari store here in the Philippines, you need to apply a business permit, barangay business permit here in our barangay. So you cannot just put up a sari-sari store without a barangay business permit because you need to pay the taxes. Small taxes, but for a small business, like a small timer business person, it's already big, and you have to consider the budget that you're going to put out. So after that, I use all the light material for the building. I use the palette. I see the ideas about the palettes from the Pinterest. I always love to do the wood things, wood craft like that. So I said, I'm not going to buy any plywood or any cement for the restaurant. I buy the palette. It's a second hand palette. Then that's the one I use it. Also the table, the chair, and everything. But one thing, my problem is I don't have like frying pan, I don't have a plate, I don't have a fork, so I have to consider everything that I have to put up all the list that I need to uh, use for the restaurant. So all in all, I for the capital that I use is almost 250,000 pesos. All in all. So my problem is what food that I'm going to cook, what food that I'm going to cater to the people there, because as you can see, Payatas is not really a rich area place here in the Philippines. So I have to consider what kind of food that I need to present to the people, and I'm really adjusting because hi David, you're my first, I think, viewer. Thank you. I hope it's worth it for this. Thank you, my dear. And after that, I have to. My mom always, when it comes to food, we're always arguing about it, what kind of food, because she's the one who wanted me to cook about the Filipino foods, which I'm not really into Filipino foods. I'm not so fascinating about it because I really like um what I said, I really like Italian food, Chinese food, Western food. I like that kind of food. I don't really like to eat adobo. I don't really like to eat um, meat or chicken. I really don't like. I mostly like vegetable. Everybody knows I'm a vegetarian before, then I become a vegan. Now I starting eating a little bit meat here in the Philippines because of I cook always meat in my restaurant because people here in the Philippines, they really like pork, they really like meat. So uh, I start from basic food, from it's really like a small amount of food, and because I need to testing what kind of food they really like to eat. So it's really hard for me to start a business here in the Philippines. But you really need to consider so many things. You really need to consider the people, your customer, and the hardest part is to find the stuff because Filipino people doesn't really like to start a small salary. They really don't like to work to a small uh, business because the Filipino people wanted to work and wanted to start a big salary. So it's not really easy to find the stuff. So it's because I really need the stuff because I'm an only child and I don't have anyone to that you know wanted to help me unless so I really ask somebody like my auntie if they really wanted to start with me, um, to start working with me in a low salary first my auntie like hesitant to start working with me um, because it's my first time to do that kind of work on my own also. So it's like they are thinking, if I can manage that or not. So, and also my mom, even like I need to buy a big pot, she always telling me that you no need to buy this the big pot because you're only starting for the business and maybe nobody will come, nobody will eat. So first we buy the small pot, and then after 1 month, when I open it, then she saw that so many customer they come and eat there. Then she asked me to buy a big, really big pot for the beef soup. So I was like, oh my goodness, I need to um, put up some money again for a big pot, and then I have to extend the restaurant because again and again. So every day, the hardest part of this is because every day we have a new menu. We don't like I cook one dish today, it's all finished. I'm not going to cook it uh, tomorrow again or repeat it again. So it's uh, mostly we always cook fresh and always new menu every day. So it's really hard. And one thing that you consider also is if you are ready to uh, retire in the Philippines, because when I was in abroad I also super busy with my work. I always it's like I have only rest like 4 hours rest, then I have 6 hours sleep or 4 hours or 5 hours sleep here in the Philippines. And it's different because I manage my own business. It's like in Singapore, Sunday is my off day. Here in the Philippines, Sunday is still I'm working in my restaurant because we open half day, and it's the demand of the customer that I need to open every Sunday. So there's no day off here in the Philippines. And in Singapore, 11 o'clock, I already sleep because it's already my rest day, it's rest night. Here in the Philippines, 11 o'clock at night, I'm still working. I need to compute everything. How much do I expend? How much do I, you know, how much your income? Everything you need to do on your own. You cannot trust your profits to anyone. You have to be focused on that because that's the base, that's the main things that you have to be careful. You cannot just trust anybody when it comes to money here in the Philippines. So you need to do on your own. You have to be on eye to that. And like the marketing, it's not easy also to do the marketing because every day, like in my restaurant, I have to go market afternoon because we have to open at 6 a.m. in the morning because uh, we serve breakfast. So we open the restaurant 6 a.m. So you have to cook early in the morning. We start cooking at about 4 o'clock in the morning because 6 o'clock we have already a customer. So you have to consider everything. It's a long work hours when you have your own business here in the Philippines. I don't know, it's maybe it's only in the restaurant. I don't know from other businesses, but mostly when you start working, start opening early in the morning, you have to wake up early in the morning to prepare your things for the whole day. So that's really a big uh, really it's a hard, it's very tough to run your own business. It's like I'm not regretting that I retired early to have my own business here in the Philippines because it's I really love to be with my mom and I have to look after her also. But if somebody will ask me, it's like it's better to work in abroad because in if you are working in abroad, you're only working with one boss and you are not the one. It's nice to be called to be a boss, but it's not really nice to be a boss because it's difficult to handle everything. It's uh, but I encourage people to save the money, to go back to the Philippines, to start your own small business here in the Philippines. Because one thing, the good thing is you with your loved ones, you with your family. It's difficult to be so far away from your uh, family, from your wife, from your daughter, from your children. It's really difficult. It's very hard work in abroad. Really, it's different people, different culture. So it's really difficult to adjust. Also difficult to work here in the Philippines because uh, how to say, uh, people here are not really, how could say, if you have a business here, one thing you have to uh, be strict with the utang means credit. Mostly Filipino people here, they will ask you to, if they can credit to your store, or if they can pay tomorrow, they will buy first, they will eat first, then they pay tomorrow. So you have to be strict with that, because if you allow them uh, to have the credit, allow them to uh, uh, buy the things, give the things, you will be lost your uh, all your property, like all your things. You will be bankrupt here in the Philippines, promise. So I was very very strict when it comes to people who wanted to credit to my store. It's because first, the money will not running, the money will not moving, and you have to always put out the money. So you have to be strict. And one thing is, the people you're working with is really, you have to, sometimes it's really difficult to handle. Like, I have four staff at this time. So before I have six, so now I have four. So sometimes one is absent, they were not telling you that they are not coming to work. So you are like, oh my goodness, they know that there are so many working that day, and they never let you know that they are not going to come to work. So it's like, it's headache for me. And then sometimes, like, uh, when you have so many customer, and then the customer is demanding, like they are in a hurry to eat, and then your stuff like walking like a robot. It's like, oh my goodness, what to do? You can I can I'm not the person that you going, like, how to say that, I'm not a type of person that I always screaming or shouting to the people. I'm not that type. So basically, after the customer they ate, they left, then I talk to my staff that you cannot do that, you cannot do that. But you have to consider that because Filipino people are so sensitive, so you need to talk to them nicely. You need to talk to them softly with your voice, with diplomat with your voice, so they are not offended by you. So that is not so easy. What else? Yeah. And then, what not really easy, um because now I'm still hiring people also, and then I wanted to, not very young, not very old staff also, because I have uh, two very young ladies who get boyfriend in the restaurant, and now uh, they're living together. So they accidentally pregnant the other one. So I have to find another one. So I really don't like to find always a new worker. So because it's really difficult to adjust to them, and you have to, the character and the attitude of the person. You are need always to um, check if they are good. So that's it. So to all who wanted to go back to the to all who wanted to start a business, hope you can watch me, and get I can help you to to put up the business also here in the Philippines, so you can go back here and be with your family also, because it's not easy to save the money, and you have to be careful to spend your money because you're really uh, working hard in um, abroad. So, well, see you next time again. Hope tomorrow I can um, talk to you more about it. I'm not used to it to be live on YouTube because it takes a while for me to do again a video, and really I'm not used to it anymore. So I'm still adjusting. Be I really wanted only to be on live because I know there are also like me and OFW uh, to any part of the world that really they wanted to go back here in the Philippines, and uh, you know to be with their family and to have their small business here, to put up their small business. So I hope I can guide them. I hope they can learn from me how I start the restaurant. So now I'm planning to have another branch already. I'm still looking still the space for rent, but I found another one nearby also with my area here, but so expensive the rental, so I have to give up. I cannot take and gamble my money about it. So I still looking for at least excuse me, at least small. Oh, hi, expat Pepper. Hello there. Hello, David. So I hope I can help. Yeah, I hope I can find a small space to put up another branch because uh, really, I really wanted to expand, and I really wanted to help people here, my fellow countrymen, to help them to to earn money, even it's not really big. Actually, I my salary for my four staff is about every day I give them the money. I give them every day. I give them their salary, so they are not hard for them to find food for the everyday things, like because here in the Philippines, the important things is they have food for every day. So I always give them every day their salaries, so they no need to ask me for Bali or what. Anyway, if they need the money, like a big money, I just give them. Okay, I give them. Then I just ask them to pay me a small, like 100 a day or 50 pesos a day, so it's easy for them to pay me. I'm not going to just deduct the full Bali for the whole week, so I'm not like that. So I always talk to my staff that they need to be honest with me, they need to be hardworking with me, so I can easily raise up their salary. Even I have this small restaurant, I really need to see and look after them also. That's the important things also. You need to look after your staff because restaurant is not easy work. They because I have a perfect spot. I cannot afford your salary, my dear. So, I'm looking for a business partner. I think, yeah, that's the important thing. No, I don't really like also a business partner because promise it's not easy to handle a business partner. You cannot put out your idea because you have to consider the idea of your business partner. So it's better to be you're only the one who handle your business. So that's I really don't like to have a business partner unless like a business partner that is maybe a good person, or what? So funny. No joke. Yeah, I know you're joking. Yeah, anyway, um, business partner in bed, you're so funny. They was saying that you need a business partner in bed. Oh, yeah, so funny you are. Yeah, that's the important things I think when when you put up a business, even you're not here in the Philippines or you're in another country, because you need a dedication for your business. Hard work, dedication, and patient. I think that's the three major things that you need to do. Anyway, I think I have to go. It's uh 10:40 here in the Philippines PM. So it's night. It's getting late for me. I just wanted to share only what uh how to say that. I just share only what is the thing for no, a sleeping partner, that is a business that in the background. Oh, okay. Mm, yeah, I need to sleep early also. It's not really early because it's late here in the Philippines. It's already going to be 11. Yeah, take care too, and hope tomorrow I have two viewers. At least not two, but I'm not alone talking here. Nonsense talking. It's a nonsense. So anyway, thank you, the two of you. Hope tomorrow you come again and uh, see me here. Same time again. Hope. God bless you too, and thank you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for both of you who spending time to watch me. Bye bye. Good night. Have a good day too. I still don't know how to stop this. Share. Pause. Pause. Oink. There it is. Post. 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 Cannot post. Still live, yes. I really don't know how to off this. Oh my goodness. I need a help. Somebody need to. Oh my goodness. How to do this? How to stop? Oh, I. Okay.